Convicted she is by her fears of never being set free from her thoughts. These thoughts, their thoughts of who she really is. She sees a woman with a body that won't stop giving and feeding and yearning to be touched. Touched by the lust of a simple man, or men whomever or however they feel me to be. Her mind races to a time when material things were just daydreams. Daydreams without being interrupted by life's moments. Moments of lying out in the green pastures as the sun melted her skin into honey. Her honey sweetened his earth, inspected his body like sap to a tree. This woman became his daily insulin. The man gained a sweet tooth for her kind of loving, that he would kill to have a taste more than just every now and then. He would beat another brutally if they dared say chocolate is your new cream. She knew what her reasoning would be if she didn't pull her legs for him to devour what her mother called a woman's golden treasure. Life meant more to her than any gold he ever stolen. Lying on her back with eyes wide open, staring into the dark sky, asking herself, why did God make me black?
Woke up this morning, I had something on my mind. The strangest feelings I had, thoughts I had to grind. Plus I was watching Jams, my favorite program. Heard money, 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 then I felt I was programmed. And then I thought the hustle, cause I wanted a chain. Same thing as Lil Wayne, Zayn, and T-Pain, with different color links, cause my diamonds be different. And it's funny cause I had them same thoughts before my sentencing. My biggest fear to chase money into the grave. If you know it or not, we're still modernized slaves. If you ever gave it a thought, you probably noticed this, how we call jewelry chains and we call cars whips. My biggest fear to chase money into the grave. If you know it or not, we still modernized slaves. If you ever gave it a thought, you probably noticed this, how we call jewelry chains and we call cars whips. My biggest fear to chase money into the grave. If you know it or not, we still modernized slaves. If you ever gave it a thought, you probably noticed this, how we call jewelry chains and we call cars whips. I remember them days that I was sitting in the cell. I held in my head and said my word and wouldn't tell. Plus guilty myself on things I wouldn't say, but I stayed in that bitch 565 days, yeah. And all I saw was people mentally tortured, all punished cause they had their eyes on that new Porsche, oppressed cause they stayed with their mind on that new fortress. Think about the negative energy, we focus on things that's not important, clothes that we sporting. Niggas let their lights go out for the Mike Jordans. Can't pay their rent, but they can keep on that sprint so they can talk all night and text to the last cent. Niggas had choices in life, you pick the dangerous route. Get up off your ass and work, what you complain about? Family in your ear, switch your mother and your aunt say, but they ain't fighting temptations, Cuban and Beyonce. Please, they don't wake up at night, tossing tumbling. Baby mama complaining cause kids stomach rumbling. Would she leave your ass for a baller is what you wondering, cause she just want the fairy tale life, Alice in Wonderland.
I carry her burden every day of my life and see the black man as my slave master that volunteers my flesh for his pleasing. Except I give it to him freely because his blood is what keeps my heart beating. And if I cut him off, I will only cut off my lifeline. Where would I be? Where would I be if my fortune was never stolen? Could I be somewhere turning tricks, not giving a damn, playing a dirty hand in a game full of the best players? Or would I be that woman that looks down on me because decades later I'm still blaming a man for my own insecurities? I should have learned to fight then, but I didn't. I was belittled by his words and told that I was nothing but the flesh I am in. Destroyed by my fears, the thought that led me to believe I was weak. And she who showed pity upon me shared the same story as I. She tells herself that she's free, she's caught up in her own ignorant bliss. And it's a trip, until she frees herself from her pain, she will forever live her life captured
my
like this.
biggest fear to chase money into the grave. If you know it or not, we're still modernized slaves. If you ever gave it a thought, you probably noticed this, how we call jewelry chains and we call cars whips. My biggest fear to chase money into the grave. If you know it or not, we still modernized slaves. If you ever gave it a thought, you probably noticed this, how we call jewelry chains and we call cars whips. My biggest fear to chase money into the grave. If you know it or not, we still modernized slaves. If you ever gave it a thought, you probably noticed this, how we call jewelry chains and we call cars whips.